In this video, we're going to take a look at 6 critical tips for buying homes in Huntley, Illinois, and how to avoid mistakes buyers make. These tips will help buyers avoid mistakes that others have made when buying homes in Huntley and saving money, getting a better deal. The first tip I want to cover is knowing your credit score. Not knowing your credit score or how to improve it is a huge mistake that many home buyers make. They don't even check their credit score sometimes to see what it is. So the first step is to get your credit report. Now, the credit agencies have to give it to you when you ask for it, or there's many places online you can get your credit report. Now, when you read it, if there might be errors on it. There's lots of times where there's errors, or there might be bruises or blemishes that we can fix to raise your credit score. So the first step is to see your credit report and know what your score is. If you need assistance with getting your credit score or with helping to raise your credit score, maybe take out mistakes, maybe there's that little blemish where it says you were 60 days behind on one account. But if you need assistance, call me, Tony Delisi, at REMAX 847-471-7177, and I'd be glad to give you free assistance in raising your score. Now, remember that your credit score is not only a factor in whether you get approved for a mortgage, but it's a huge factor in what interest rate you qualify for. So raising your score can save you thousands over the next few years on your home, and it's certainly worth spending some time on. Now, once you know your credit score and you've done everything you can to raise it, the next step is to get a pre-approval letter from a financial institution. Now, it's easy to get, and it will really help you whether you're buying a regular home, a foreclosure, or a new construction. It's the place to start. Not only will a pre-approval letter show home sellers that you're a serious buyer, and it's actually necessary to get an offer accepted, but you'll know how much home you can actually afford. You'll be comfortable knowing what price range you should be in. The great news is that pre-approval by a financial institution is free. It takes very little time. They just ask you a few questions, usually over the phone, and it doesn't affect your credit score because you're seeking credit. That's okay. So it's easy to get, and it's a very important tool in your buying process. Now, if you don't know what financial institution to call to get pre-approved, give me a call, Tony Delisi, at 847-471-7177. I'd be glad to give you some recommendations on companies I've worked with, and you can get a pre-approval from them when you're looking at homes for sale in Huntley. Now, when you choose someone to represent you, it's very important that you choose a buyer's agent to represent you. Remember that the person who listed the home works for the seller, and they don't have your best interests at heart necessarily. When you hire a buyer's agent, they specifically work for you and look out for your interests. Now, remember that all real estate commissions are paid for by the seller. So getting a buyer's representative to represent you is actually free to you as the buyer. So why wouldn't you want someone to help you and represent you when someone else is paying the fee? Now, it's funny that a lot of people spend their time shopping for a home, doing research online, but they don't shop around for a mortgage. Now, remember that mortgages are all different. Even a difference of 0.5% can cost you thousands over the life of the loan. So I recommend you shop a couple of places for a mortgage and make sure you're getting the best deal possible. Now, every mortgage is different. Terms and rates vary, as well as who qualifies. If you have a special situation like you're self-employed, there may be some mortgages you qualify for and not others. Also, ask an experienced realtor which mortgage companies have a track record of success in closing the sale. You don't want to get your mortgage from a company that is known to have delays and maybe not be able to close on time. Be sure to ask about grants. There may be grants available to help with your down payment or closing costs. You may qualify for right now, I believe it's $6,000, but it varies from time to time. Why not take advantage of any programs that are available? And how do you get these programs? Just by asking the the financial institution you're applying for, or your realtor, what grants might be available. Now, the next point I want to cover is be sure to get a home inspection. One of the most common mistakes home buyers make is failing to get a home inspection. Now, what's it for? Well, you need a home inspection to uncover hidden defects that a professional is trained to look for. If any problems are found, usually the seller will pay to have them rectified or partly pay and split it with you. So why not check and avoid costly mistakes and surprises? Now, this is probably one of the most important ones. Don't guess how much to pay. Remember that the listing price, the seller just pulled one out of the air that they were comfortable with. Now, how much to offer is critical. Don't go by old formulas like I always get 20% off, or I just feel this is right, or a realtor just telling you an amount that they think is right. Be sure to get more information before you make up your mind. When deciding how much to pay, don't go by anyone's guess. Ask for a market analysis that shows you the value in actual numbers. A good market analysis by an experienced realtor will show you what similar homes are selling for and what similar homes have sold for. And that's how you know the value of the home, and it gives you confidence to know how much to offer. So for more information and any assistance when buying homes in Huntley, call Tony Delisi. That's me at RE/MAX Unlimited Northwest, 847-471-7177. I'd be glad to talk to you.